Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fold a trapezoid box. It's a really cool little box. It's a traditional model. And it's very similar to a star box that I've shown how to fold before on this channel, which I'll post the link to that video at the end here if you wanted to try that one out. But there's just a couple steps that are different for this one. And I'm going to be using a 6-inch sheet of kami, and we'll start with the colored side down. Next we'll valley fold in half along the vertical, so I'm going to bring the right edge over to line up with the left edge. Make sure those line up corner to corner, hold it in place, and then crease. And then unfold. Next we'll valley fold in half along the horizontal, so I'll bring the top edge down to line up with the bottom edge. And then crease that. Next we'll take this top right edge and line it up with this center crease here. And then crease that. Should go all the way out to the corner there. And then turn the paper over, right to left. We'll do the same thing on this side. Bring this edge down to lie along the center crease. Next, we're going to pick the model up. And then if you look from the bottom, there's a little pocket here. Start to open that up, and then we're going to bring this point over to meet this point while we're opening that pocket out, just like this. Close that up, and then lay the model flat and press everything down firmly. Now we have what's called a preliminary base, or a square base. Should have 2 flaps on the right as well as 2 flaps on the left. Now make sure that your opening is at the bottom here. And then we're going to take the bottom right edge and line it up along this center crease. We're going to do this with just one of the flaps. So line that up there. Make sure the crease starts right from that bottom corner. And crease it all down. And do the same thing with the left side here. Just with one flap, bring that edge in to lie along the center crease. Next, we're going to focus on this right side. We're going to open this flap out into a squash fold. So if you swing that up, you'll notice that you can open the flap up by spreading the 2 layers apart from each other. Then as we do that, if you stick your finger up here, you can make this top part start to form a triangle. And you'll want to press that down. And then you should have a crease line that runs from this point going down, and it should line up with this edge here. And once that lines up, you can make sure you crease everything. It should look like that. Then we'll do the same thing on the left side here. So do that squash fold, separate those 2 layers from each other. Then press that down, lining that crease up with that edge, and crease both sides like this. Then we'll turn the whole model over, keeping that opening at the bottom, We'll do the same thing on this side. I'm going to bring this bottom right edge into the center crease. Then we'll bring the bottom left edge into the center crease. Then we'll squash fold both of those. We'll start on the right side. Open the flap up and then press down and crease. Then the left one. Now for the next step, we're going to do a book fold. So that's going to mean we just swing one flap across, just like you're turning the page of a book. And then we're going to valley fold along this crease that we have here. It's an existing crease line. So we'll just fold with one flap right along that crease. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Just valley fold right there. You'll notice it's asymmetrical right now, so we'll turn the model over. Then we'll do another book fold here. So just swing one flap across. Then, just like before, we'll fold along these existing crease lines. Now everything should be symmetrical. Then this is where it's going to get different from that star box I told you about. On that one we just swung these flaps down, but we'll do it a little differently here. I'm actually going to rotate the whole model 180 degrees. Then we're going to take just one flap here. We're going to swing it down as far as it goes and crease that. And then we're going to bring it back up. You'll notice where that valley fold was from extending from those 2 points. Next, we're going to have to fold this section into thirds. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll start by folding this down. Then try to get it to where it looks like it's about 1/3 of the way down, which means this area should be the same distance as this area. So do it about right there. And crease that. And then we're going to fold down again, right where that tip was. Lining this edge up with this crease here. Now don't fold this one sharply yet. Just crease it really softly. Then we're going to fold everything down again on the existing crease line. And then what we're going to need to do is tuck this section underneath these flaps here. And the way to do that is you'll open this up a little bit and then you'll slide it underneath. And it can help if you kind of curve it a little bit. And then slide it right underneath. Make sure it works on both sides. And then you can make that crease firmly. The reason we did it softly before was just in case it wasn't folded accurately. Now that we know it's in the right spot, we'll crease it all nice and firm. And it's tucked under there, so everything should hold itself in place. Then we're going to turn the model over. We're going to need to do the same thing on this side. So we'll bring that flap all the way down, crease that, unfold, bring it down about 1/3. Can crease that sharply, and then bring that edge down to the crease, and crease that one softly. Then fold it all down together, and then open that flap out a bit and try to slide it in underneath. And a lot of times rounding it will help out a lot, but just slide it right in there. Tuck it in there nicely and then crease firmly. Then we're going to do another book fold here. So just swing one flap across, then turn the whole model over and do another book fold. Oops, it's just one flap. Then we're going to need to do the same thing with this flap here. Swing it down, swing it up, fold thirds. Bring it all the way down and tuck it behind. Then turn the model over and do it with this last flap here. Now everything should look like this. Next we just need to make the model three-dimensional. So if you look at the top here, you can start to open out that opening, and if you stick your fingers inside, you can just push out on each one of the sides here. And then I'll show you from the sides. Open it all out, and you're trying to form a square on the bottom here. So just keep working with the paper until it looks about like this. We have the smaller opening on top and then the bigger square on bottom. Next we're going to make these creases a little sharper here where it's rounded. So if you just press right here and pinch them together. You don't have to do it too firmly, but just pinch those to make it a decent crease. And do that on all four sides. And there you have it. We're all done with our trapezoid box. And if you wanted to try out that star box with the points sticking out here, I'll link to that right now. But if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. There will be a bunch more tutorials in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.